All right, guys, we're over here at Exeter Estate, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit more about the brick. So Ben, in a previous video, he talked about the base of it, all the flashing details and everything like that. And today we're going to get a little bit more into the product itself and how it's going up. So we actually have on this house, we're using a reclaimed brick from Milwaukee, and it was sourced by Telluride Stone for us. So interesting with reclaimed bricks, we're going to have a lot of them. They have a lot of character. We're going to have a lot of pieces that missing borders and stuff like this. So the guys have to be really selective with this. Like this will go into the cut pile for them. They're not going to use this as a face brick. You wouldn't look bad, basically. So it takes a lot of time for them to sort through all this. And as they go and install it, we want to make sure we get super nice, clean corners still. Even though we're using this reclaimed brick and it has a ton of character, but it's as they go vertical with it. So you can see they're just going ahead, they're using the mud, stacking it up. This is super satisfying to watch. Bricklaying is probably one of my favorites, actually. As they're installing this, you'll see what they've done. We've got our string lines all the way up to our corners. So we've made sure that we lasered all this, got this exactly right. And this is what helps them. This is their guide as they work their way up. We have them on all these corners, and you'll see how clean our corners are. Even though we're working with this product that has a lot of character, these guys are top notch. This is Elite Masonry is the team that's installing this for us. Another thing, I'm not sure if Ben touched on this at all, but at the base, the very beginning, we've got our weep screeds there. So this is just a product that allows water to come out. So that's why we've got our flashing detail. This allows it so that the water can escape through the bottom. So brick is not, obviously brick grout or all that's going to kind of soak water in. We want to allow for it to have a place to escape. And that's what Ben touched on earlier videos. All right, so what they're doing right here is they're installing brick ties. This is critical to the support of a full brick wall as you go up. So what we put a piece of flashing tape behind there from Tyvek that allows us to kind of protect. It's a self-healing tape. So all these holes, we're worried about water getting in it. That's one way we go to mitigate this. But we use these brick ties as they go vertical, and that's kind of what helps them to stay away from the wall and keep ourselves on a nice, clean, even plane all the way up. And it's also there for, obviously, structural support and making sure that brick, we never get it falling away from the wall. It's mortared in. It goes on every 16 inches, and then we get 2 per column in this case, and we'll just continue going on up. That's, obviously, if we just put a full brick wall away from our house, there's a potential that one day it's going to pull away. These brick ties, they keep us tight up against the house as we go vertical. And then it also, having those brick ties also helps us maintain the air gap that we need, and that also, obviously, water, so we can get it drained out the bottom and we don't get water sitting inside there and discoloring the brick. I'm sure you guys have all seen on an old brick house, sometimes you'll get efflorescence, the white stuff on the face of the brick. Having your weep ties there, having all this done properly, flashed out the bottom, that all helps to not have that transfer of moisture through there. And it also helps the brick over time. That brick will stay solid since it's able to dry out completely. Okay, you'll notice over here we have a semi-completed section of brick on our fireplaces. And it looks a lot different to the brick that's being installed right now. That's because right now, all we've got in between the bricks is mortar. At the end of the process, we're going to go ahead and we're going to install grout on all the brick, and we'll get them to be similar colors and tones. And we actually, the grout that we're putting on there, we're going to do a heavy wash on that so that it'll actually change kind of the coloring of the brick on this project. So it'll end up finishing out more like what we've got on our chimney. Another interesting thing on all of these brick masses that we have on this house is we have a brick step detail. And we actually have an example of that over on our mock wall. All right, so over here, at our mock wall, we have an example of what this is going to look like finished. So you guys saw the finished chimney. It's all grouted in completely. Over any windows, we've got limestone headers, and we'll also get limestone sills at any windows. And then up at the top, we'll either have a 5-step masonry detail or a 7-step masonry detail, and that will just be how we transition up into the roof line. So this is just a good example of everything that's going to kind of go on at the exterior facade of the house wherever we have brick. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. This has just been a quick video on the brick and how it's going to finish out over here at Exeter Estate.